Hey everybody, I'm
What?
Blake.
And I'm Dave.
Oh man, we're back for another weekly movie stream. Thanks for being here. It's gonna be awful.
Just like every week.
Daddy's drinking tonight.
Oh yeah, I probably should have something with me, but
Probably.
um,
How's it going, everybody? We got pizzas, we got lemons, we got Icky, we got Max in here. What's up, everybody?
how we doing, guys?
Good to see y'all.
Yes.
It's been a weird week, Dave. How's your week going, man?
Um, it's going. We had a fucking weird issue with some editing, with some weird editing for our episode that's coming out in a few weeks. And you and I had to figure that shit out. But past that, I got nothing, my guy.
Oh man, I had a big weekend. I was at a bachelor party in Palm Springs, of which I don't remember. I made it
Sure.
out alive.
Yeah.
Oh, hey T Ludicky, what's up? But I watched a movie. I don't know what everybody else is watching or has watched this week. Let us know in the chat. Hawk Rules, hey, I missed you, sorry. Hi, love you. Let us know what you're watching. I got to watch something for fun this week, Dave.
Oh,
Mostly because I was hungover.
I yet again got to watch stuff to be miserable.
Yay. I watched the Elvis movie, the Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie.
I forgot to ask you how that was.
It was fine. I mean, it was good. It's long as shit. The movie, like almost 3 fucking hours. We get it. Elvis, he only lived for like 40 something years. Trim it down to 2 hours. It's so fucking long. It was fun. It was fine. There's lots of good stuff in it. But man, Baz Luhrmann needs to learn how to edit a little more.
Uh-oh, why?
I don't, it's just long. It's just long. It was fine though. I was fine with it. So I think it's worth a watch. I guess if you're into that sort of thing. Hey, Golden
Sure.
One. Oh, how do you like the Midnight Club? I saw it, and I really like Mike Flanagan. I think Midnight Mass is one of my favorite TV shows. Oh yeah, Icky saw Barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoo.
I got so confused there for a second because our our mod is talking about some dog fight, and I was like, "Who's dog fighting?" And then I realized
The
is
entire chat's telling us what they watched, and Dave's like, "What about the dogs?"
what's dog fight? I've never heard of that.
Oh, Max. Okay, you didn't like the new Candyman. I know. I need to sit down and watch it. I haven't heard good things, but I'm still curious. I really am. But we'll have to have Jordan check back in with the dogfight. But
Yeah,
yes,
I haven't heard Chloe Wan or Icky's opinion on Triangle of Sadness yet. And that's the one with the fucking boat thing and everybody's puking, right?
yeah. That's something that was hyped to me on this stream that
Yeah.
I called stupid just based on the name alone. I was like, this is dumb and I hate it. And everyone's like, no, and you all pitched me the concept of this, and now I need to go see it.
Puke yacht.
Puke. I gotta go see it then. Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead. Tell me how it is.
And that's the thing. I'm susceptible to like other people. When you see other people,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, huh? I don't want to. But
Oh,
I am curious. So
although I gotta say, I wish you would have told me that because you know how I like to be a dickhead, and me and my friends in high school learned how to perfect that noise.
don't you fucking ever do that to me, Dave. If you think we're not friends now, you just wait. You make me barf on stream, and I will spend all the money in my bank account to fly there and break your legs.
Oh, amazing.
Ridiculous, dude. But yeah, that's what I got to watch for fun. Lots of things and stuff going on, but short of that, I don't really have anything else. I'm like coming out of my haze here, Dave. I'm working my
Yeah.
way back into reality, and it's terrible. But it is October, and we got a couple movies to talk about today.
Yes.
We're gonna get there. We're talking about the new Hellraiser 2022, which is on Hulu. Another Hulu film that we're talking about.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But we're also talking about,
Oh God.
I would argue, the best movie to come out in 2008, M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening, otherwise known as The Nappening, because I was so fucking bored through the whole thing.
I don't know if I was bored so much as I was just my forehead hurt a lot. You know, it's
You
really
know,
that my forehead hurt a lot.
yeah, that's fair. It put a lot of pressure on my brain. It swelled a little bit. I lost brain cells that will never come back. It's gonna be
Got a concussion somehow. I don't.
shit's been bleak, Dave. It's been bleak. It's been a rough one.
Fucking, I can't. I don't. We'll get to it though.
We will. We have lots to say. We have lots to say about
So
that and
much.
other Shyamalan films. But in the meantime, I think we have some movie news, Dave.
We sure do, my friend.
Do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
Oh, I can start.
Bring.
I think it's the biggest one in movie land, in La La Land, so, today, and maybe yesterday, I forget when exactly, but Angela Lansbury,
Aw,
star of Murder, She Wrote and Beauty and the Beast, who is also in the title of that Senses Fail song, has died at 96 years old.
rip. I didn't. Can I be honest with you?
Huh.
I did not know she was still alive.
Neither did I.
I'm not trying to be mean, but I read that news. I was like, oh, Angela Lansbury's dead?
What?
Fucking year is this? I could have sworn she died like 10 years ago.
I know, right?
Good for her. Good for her, man. But I also
That she's
think,
dead?
no, that she lasted 10 more years.
It's like, goddamn,
She
dude.
lasted 10 more years than I thought she did. But I think the reason I thought she was dead already is because in like Murder She Wrote, which came out in like the early 90s, she looked like 75 years old. But it's like a Golden Girls situation where she's probably only in her early 50s.
Yeah,
But she looks
probably.
75. I don't know. I'm so mean. Somebody, when I'm old as fuck, somebody's gonna be really mean to me about it, and I deserve it.
Probably. Probably me.
Mm, good point. You are gonna outlive me.
Well, can we not? We're gonna have
I'm
this
going
fucking
there.
argument again. Listen, if like I'm too stubborn, all right? If you are on your deathbed, I will jump into traffic.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I would finish you off. Like I would.
No.
You're on your deathbed. I'd pull the plug. As long as you stream it, that's fine with me, Dave.
No, I'd rather just yeet into traffic. Neck wafers. Just shove
finish
neck
me
wafers
off.
into your mouth.
Gonna make this as miserable as fucking possible. You old bastard.
They're still around. It's 2080.
If I make it to 2080, that'd be dope, dude. It'd be great. I do have some other movie news here. We got a bunch today, but
Yes.
it is confirmed. Actually, I think Josh pointed this out to me. Pizza's here. The Safdie brothers, known for their movies Good Time and Uncut Gems, are gearing up for another film with Adam Sandler, shooting in early 2023.
Oh.
I'm
Do
really
we have
excited.
do we have any details?
It's a movie,
Okay. Good
and
start. Very good start.
Adam Sandler's going to be there,
Okay. Not I
and
mean, give or
he
take.
said it's going to start filming early 2023. I don't think they've revealed too much about it. I think it's being produced. Oh, will not be produced with A24. Netflix potentially eyeing the project. Timothy Chalamet is rumored to also be a part of the cast, but nothing has been confirmed. So,
Cool.
you know, we'll
Well,
see.
hopefully I can actually watch this one.
I'm looking forward to it, dude. I know you're not a fan of Uncut Gems, whereas
I wanted to be. I really wanted to be.
I understand that. It's a great movie, and maybe one day you'll get on board, and I'll love you again.
Probably not though.
Oh, Teresa, if you're listening, you can love your son again. I have given up.
she's gonna stop me when I come home from work one day and be like, "Wait, what's Blake talking about?" I
Yes,
don't know,
Max.
Mom.
Dave is not a fan of Uncut Gems.
It's not that I'm not a fan. It's that I couldn't get through it.
It's an anxiety bomb for sure.
It's not even anxiety. It was just so slow. The first 15 minutes, I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
What? Wait. I thought we've talked about this before.
We have.
What, you said it was slow? I don't remember that. I think
Mhm.
that's dumb, and you're wrong.
Anyway, so by the my next piece of movie news, is that by the end of the year, this
Mhm.
year, there will be 3 Pinocchio movies out in just this year alone. I'm not sure we needed even one Pinocchio movie, let
Oh
alone
God.
fucking 3 of them.
Is Pinocchio is the character of Pinocchio? It's got whoa, hey now. Relax over here, Blake. Is the character of Pinocchio in the I assume is in the public domain? Can anybody make a Pinocchio movie?
Apparently, because that book it's based off of,
Mhm.
I don't know. I do know that the last one that's coming out this year is a Guillermo del Toro movie, and it's going to be
Okay.
like a darker version set in 1930s fascist Italy.
Okay.
And this one's stop motion, so it's gonna have Ewan McGregor, Kate Blanchett, Ron Perlman, Christoph Waltz, and Tilda Swinton are gonna be in it.
No shit. Okay,
Yeah.
see, I don't give a crap about the Pinocchio story or the lore or anything. And like the original, Disney cartoon, fine, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but I know the one with Tom Hanks that came out is just getting totally shit all over. I haven't
Well,
seen it, nor do I care. I'm looking forward to the Guillermo del Toro version. Now that I didn't know it was happening, but this
yeah,
sounds
neither did
pretty
I.
cool.
Well, also, like I don't know why the Tom Hanks one is getting shit on, but I know why the other one's getting shit on. It's a Russian-made movie who you're never gonna guess
Oh no.
who was in the English dub.
Oh no.
Pauly fucking Shore, Napoleon Dynamite himself, John Hader, and fucking SpongeBob's Tom Kenny. Why? Who
All
did
the
this?
A-listers. Tom Kenny is an A-lister, but in terms of
Jesus.
voice acting, but holy shit, who asked for that? Speaking of
No
Pauly
one.
Shore, when Jordan was out here last week, we also watched Encino Man with Brendan Fraser. We
Oh
ended
yeah.
up watching that. I don't know if we talked about that, but we watched that. That was fun. Jordan also put on Biodome. Way less fun. Don't watch that movie.
Well, speaking of Brendan Fraser, he there's a quote he said recently that he's not sure how a Mummy 4 would work, but he's open to it with the right script. To which I say, no, Brendan, you just made your comeback.
Listen, I think Brendan Fraser could make The Mummy fun again. I did see something about this. He quoted, he's like, "Oh, the Tom Cruise one didn't work because it wasn't fun." And I fucking agree. I think that's the right take. All the
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser ones, especially the original, they're they're not that serious. They're kind of like adventure tales, and they're fun and they're goofy and there's like fun little jokes and it's great. I
Yeah.
think if he came back for one, and I agree, if the script was right, I'm for this. I agree with this. I am pro Brendan Fraser.
I just fear, like, we just got him back, okay? I just fear that he would do something stupid, like instead of something good like The Whale,
Hmm.
he would do something like Mummy 4.
Again, it's if he believes in the script. Actually, I don't know. You might be right. You might be right. I'm talking about this. I'm thinking out loud, and it could be bad. But I would go see it.
I mean, yeah, I would see it, but I don't think you should do
Fair, fair, fair enough take. Speaking of movies that might tank, but also are currently tanking, Amsterdam is taking an Amster dump right now.
it. Oh no, for real?
Apparently is a movie starring everybody,
Everyone.
Christian Bale and oh my gosh,
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. I think Mike Myers is in it. John David
Yeah.
Washington.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's right. Was made for like 160 million dollars.
Uh-huh.
Um, has only made like 60 million back. It's like $100 million loss projected so far. I
Jesus
wonder.
Christ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially and especially not like a superhero movie or something. This is just
Mm-mm.
I think it's an original drama. I'm not sure if it's specifically original IP, but it is tanking hard, and I really did want to see it. And I'll probably still see it.
I mean, I'll see it eventually, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
You guys heard of this? Have you
I mean,
heard of this?
I think a lot of people, I don't know about a lot of our friends in the chat, but I know a lot of people before it even came out were shitting on this movie.
See, you told me that when we saw Barbarian together. We saw
Yeah.
the trailer for it, and I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see it." And you look over at me, you're like, "I heard it sucks."
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
oh,
did.
really?
I heard it sucks, and like if you go to like any post about it, half the comments are like, "Oh yeah, this is bullshit. It's just one of those movies that's not good, but everybody's in it."
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Because it is directed by the same director who did like Silver Linings Playbook and
yeah, David Russell.
American Hustle. Yeah, David O. Russell, who's a notorious piece of shit. Apparently, never met the
Good,
guy.
cool.
But we've talked about this a couple times. His interactions with actors and actresses,
Hmm.
Lily
Hmm.
Tomlin specifically. So rip to that guy.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
So I have some more.
Yeah.
So Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell are starring in a new musical, which Blake, I'm sure you're gonna love, and it's an adaptation of A Christmas Carol. And I watched the trailer, and I got to say, I'm thankful, extremely thankful for two things.
Okay.
Number one, that I don't have an Apple Plus, so I can't watch it, and number two, that I don't have a girlfriend who would try and make me.
Makes two of us. Listen, I think this sounds like a terrible idea.
Hmm.
So it's Christmas Carol starring Will Ferrell as Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds as Ryan Reynolds,
Yes.
singing all your favorite holiday classics. What is this?
No, so it's like it's a weird like it's not the original Christmas Carol. It's like because in the trailer, Ryan Reynolds is aware of the Christmas Carol. He's like, "What are you gonna Christmas Carol me?" And then there's a scene in the trailer where Will Ferrell's like, "Oh, what's the first one I helped? It's the first little kid." And Ryan Reynolds is like, "Tiny Tim." He goes, "No, Little Larry. Is it Miniature Mike?" He's like, "It's Tiny Tim." I think that's the joke.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Dave.
Super Small Steve. There it is. That's the Chloe Wan's seen it. Chloe Wan has seen the trailer.
All right. What do you think of this trailer, Chloe One? Is it? Are you gonna make us fucking watch this thing for Christmas?
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
I don't
Nope.
want to hate movies. Make them better.
See?
Oh, oh, honey, no. Listen, whatever. I want to. I'm gonna give any of these things that we watch a chance, as I always do. I
Mhm.
always do. It just doesn't sound like it's a movie for me.
Right. Yeah. You guys can watch it. I will not.
We can have a guest segment where literally we just have guests come on and talk about it, and we don't watch it, and just
Right.
somebody else will start streaming. That sounds like a
I'd
way
be
to go.
totally down. They start talking about it, and you and I both are just like,
You'd have your phone. I'd have like a beer funnel.
oh my God. Well, Chloe Wine, listen, I thought the same thing until I like actually watched the trailer, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh, Max,
Oh,
you're giving me bleak visions of the future,
oh,
where
Jesus.
my nieces and nephew are like, Uncle Blake, come watch
Come
this
take
movie
it,
with us.
take
It's
us
our
to,
favorite. We
take
watch
us
it
to,
every Christmas.
please take us to watch Spirited.
Ah. Oh, I
You're
love
only in
you.
town for a couple of days. Please make one of them to make this. Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm sorry, children. Your uncle
Um,
doesn't exist anymore.
well, I have some better-ish spooky movie news.
Hmm. Okay, hit me with that.
The original Nightmare on Elm Street star Heather Langenkamp says she wants a 2018 Halloween style sequel so she can face Freddy Krueger once more. To which I say, sure, why not? I mean, we can't come up with anything new, so why not ruin another franchise?
Well, they already fucking tried to do this, Dave. They tried to do this in like 2009. They did the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot.
Mm-hmm.
You only got one of them because it was bad. I saw I saw it in theaters, and I disliked it, to say the least. It wasn't very fun. It didn't have the charm of like the original Nightmare on Elm Street films, and it just kind of like just floated off into the abyss. Yes, I agree. Robert Englund will probably die doing this role. But whatever, the man's perfect for it. He is Freddy, and anybody can play Jason. Anybody could play Michael Myers because they're silent assholes in masks. But you have to really have a character, some sort of attitude to play Freddy. It's very specific. So, whatever, fine. Give Heather Langenkamp a chance to come back. I
I
think
don't.
she's a fine enough actress, and I'm sure a fine enough human. So, whatever, give her a chance. I fucking hate the Halloween reboot movies, which we are going to talk about next week. So don't worry, we're going to get into those. But that's weird. But good for her. If she can get that made, fine. I'm just gonna, go over here and fuck myself, I guess, because I'm sick of it. Oh no, Silver Thunder. Oh, you talking about the original Hocus Pocus?
Oh
That's a
no.
hot take. That's a pretty fucking
Oof.
hot take right there.
People in our chat are gonna. This is about to be a fight. I feel like
Mm.
Thunder sitting here trash on Hocus Pocus. That's a national treasure, man.
I think we talked about this last week a little bit. I haven't seen Hocus Pocus 2. I really want to. I like the original Hocus Pocus. It's not a fucking masterpiece of cinema. It's not going to get a Criterion Collection release, with a really artsy cover. But I think it's fine. It's not a good movie, but
I'm so
I think it's
confused.
fine for children.
Even Icky's on this Hocus Pocus sucks train. I
Oh
could have
man.
sworn our chat was like pro Hocus Pocus last week.
Oh man, we may need to get some people up in here to talk about this shit actually on the stream. Oh,
Uh
Kobe
oh.
one's about to
Uh
fire
oh.
off. Oh no.
Uh oh. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
It's battle time,
Listen,
guys. Where's my popcorn?
we're gonna
Ah!
have to we're gonna have to get you all to come on here and battle it out over Hocus Pocus, and Dave and I are just gonna sit back and listen to you guys make your cases for Hocus Pocus. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. What do you
Sure.
think about the original, Dave?
I barely remember it, but I guess if I was more into Halloween as a holiday, I'd probably love it.
Yeah, I like. Okay, so pizza. I say it's fine, but in terms of like an actual film, I think it's fun. I like it a lot. I watched it again for the first time forever a while ago, or a year ago for the first time in forever, and it was fun. It was great, but I'm not like, I don't know. It's fun. It's like a movie to have on in the background. You don't have to pay that much attention.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. That's where I stand on this. Halloween Town does rule. That's also a really shitty movie. Like as a
Halloween
movie,
Town?
Halloween Town, the Disney Channel movie.
Oh no.
But it's dumb, but I think it's fun enough, and there's some fun actresses and stuff in it. I liked it.
Well, speaking of fun enough, I got one that's going to perfectly segue into one of your movie news things.
Oh great.
Kingdom of Planet of the Apes gets a summer 2024 release date.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Wes Ball is set to direct the movie that takes place after War of Planet of the Apes. And apparently, the only movie that's set to release that same weekend, which is a holiday weekend, is
Yeah.
Chris Pratt's Garfield, because by then he will have already ruined Mario, so why not Garfield as well?
Oh my God. Listen, I don't know who Chris Pratt as Garfield. It's just oh Jesus. Jesus, who asked for this? So,
Nobody.
well, I don't know. I don't have any particular feelings about the Planet of the Apes movies. I know people really like the last ones that have come out.
Mhm.
Not the Mark Wahlberg, Tim Burton one. I think my mom took us to see that in the theater
Uh-oh.
when that came out. It wasn't good, but whatever. I was like 11 at the time, so I'm like, sure, fine, it's great. There was Ape Lincoln in the very end. If you remember
No.
that, doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. But I've heard the newer ones are really great. I haven't really given them a good look. So
Talking about the James Franco ones?
I've heard they're great. I've heard they're great.
Interesting.
I've not seen them. I cannot give you an opinion. They're not. I think I might have seen one, but I literally don't even remember. But people love them. I heard they're great films. So, Franco's only in the first.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Noted. Well, maybe I'll have to give those a watch, Dave.
Sure.
Because all I do is sit in my apartment and watch movies.
I probably won't watch that one, but I will watch, in
Hmm?
spite of my feelings towards the trailer, the Super Mario Brothers movie that's coming out.
Okay, I do. This is something we were talking about this a little bit off stream, but yes, there's a lot of talk here about Chris Pratt's Mario voice. I want to know. It looks like an interesting movie. So Jordan, we have a clip here so you guys can hear the voice. If you haven't, we're gonna play that. It's like 30 seconds or something, and I want to see what you all think of this voice. Go with it, Jordan.
Uh, false
Rip.
start. 10 yards, 10-yard penalty.
It's true, pizzas. I feel like there is like some people like whatever. It's Chris Pratt, even though he's just voicing an animated plumber. I gotta be on. I gotta be on this. All right, hit us.
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
I agree with you, pizzas. I think Jack Black goes hard with it.
Chloe won. Best Chris Pratt accent award goes to Chris Pratt.
It's and also Max, you're right. It could be like the new like Barbie coming to a theater near you. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my god. Listen, I'm fine with his voice because it's just Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt. I think it would be worse if he tried to do like the Mario, the cliche Mario voice.
Well, he's apparently going to do, I don't know if you could tell, but he's trying to do like a New York Italian thing.
No, I couldn't tell. I could not tell from that clip. It just sounds like Chris Pratt talking into a microphone.
I could see he's got yeah, he's got a bit of a Brooklyn accent, but the internet is ablaze with the fact that the original Mario voice actor is still available and wanted to do the movie, and they're like, no, we need Chris Pratt.
No, the wrong answer. They should have given him the original guy the acting role. It would have made more sense. But they're gonna sell more tickets to milfs, I guess.
Yeah.
To watch to hear Chris Pratt do a weird Brooklyn Mario.
Pizzas is asking if this is just Reddit movies, the podcast right now. It's almost like he's never seen one of our live streams where we talk about movie news for the first half hour.
Listen, maybe this could be the R movies stream. Are we? I don't get my movie news from our movies, but maybe we should. Maybe we should stream on Reddit, Dave. And
Maybe.
just recap everybody's roles. Very low effort. Listen,
Perfect.
whatever. I'm fine with the voice. I don't really give a fuck, to be honest with you. But I think if they could have hired the original actor to do the voice, yeah, that'd be great. Because we have a little continuity there. But nope, we gotta sell tickets. Jack Black is great. He's fine because I think he can actually voice act.
Who does he play in that?
Oh God, what's his name? I'm terrible with this. My Mario lore is not top of mind. Shit.
Bang.
He played Bowser. Jesus, I could not have come up with
Oh, yeah, that tracks. I can see that.
it. Anyway, we'll see. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I don't know. Are you gonna see that in the theater, Dave? Or are you gonna wait till
Probably.
it comes-
I probably will go see it in the theater.
Okay, that's embarrassing, but
That
that's
feels like a theater movie to me because it'll be fun. It's a popcorn movie.
no. I'm sure it's gonna be
We're
fun.
not all art snobs, Blake.
I'm not being a fucking art snob. I just don't really care. I don't
I
have
know.
any like
I
major
know.
attachment here.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I, but I think it's the Italian in me.
I can't tell. I can't tell if that's racist or not.
What? Going to see a movie because it's Italian? Be less cool,
You're not
Blake.
played by everybody, but I'm very not cool. But that's why I also have no friends, and all my friends are just on the internet. So
Same.
I don't cry
I got-
myself to sleep.
I have one last piece of movie news.
Okay.
Back to the spooky stuff because spooky season, spooky movies.
That's true.
Apparently, there's going to be a new Exorcist trilogy.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
Did I mention that it's the same guy who did the current Halloween trilogy? He's gonna ruin another one.
What have we done? As a society, Dave.
I don't
What
know,
have we
man.
done?
I have
God
no idea.
damn it! I saw a trailer for like an Exorcist style, like a movie about exorcisms, and it looked unfathomably bad. It looked so bad, I forgot the name of it. I forgot all about it until right now when I just had a fucking Vietnam flashback about it, and like, oh my god. Chris Pratt isn't in it. I don't know. Is Chris Pratt in it?
I
Because
don't
he should be
know.
in it. He should be the voice of everybody. They should recast. They should re-release the original Exorcist with Chris Pratt voicing Linda Blair's Regan.
Oh my god. Yes.
She's in here with us.
Yeah, but he wouldn't do it like that. He would just
No,
do
he should- Hey, she's in here with us.
Oh my god. That's exactly what happened.
May the power of Christ compel you. All right, yeah. We done here or like what's that?
God, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Oh god damn it.
Intense.
Max, I agree with you. We need a meta a meta movie about somebody hacking up David Gordon Green for all the shit he's done. All right. Oh, what? Oh, I did see this. Icky. I'm pointing to my screen like you can see.
I'm letting you do it so much.
I'm terrible at this. Let me fucking do this. I don't know. I'm looking forward to John Carpenter coming back to direct again. It's gonna be great? Question mark. I don't know. It could be
Sure.
fine.
Who
But
knows?
I'm interested to see how that goes. I do have one last little piece of movie news.
Hit it.
Before we get to the main event here, Variety put out a list for some reason in October here, saying the best horror movies rather of 2022 so far ranked, and so I'm gonna run through these really quick. So let me know what you guys think of this list. I haven't seen all of these movies, but let me know. Number 12 here, we have a movie called Fresh, which I did want to see, starring Daisy Edgar-Jones and Sebastian Stan. It's a rom-com turned cannibal nightmare, apparently.
No.
Have you
Never heard of it? No.
I have. I haven't seen it, though, yet. Number 11, we have a movie called The Cursed, which I've never heard of, but apparently came out in theaters. It's an early 1900s werewolf tale.
Although might be good.
Yeah, give me your ratings just on descriptions alone. Okay. Noted. Number 10, we have something we've talked about, Men. Alex Garland's nightmare fable about how cool men really are once you just kind of get to know them.
Listen. No. First of all, I don't understand how that was only number 10.
I know. Number 9 is Dave's favorite movie of the year so far, Scream 2022, the requel of the original Scream series that I think deserves the praise it's getting.
Yeah, I mean, 9 out of 12 sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel a little differently. But number 8, we have a movie called Speak No Evil. I guess I've never seen this. It's about tension between two families, one Danish, one Dutch. Natural tension.
Of course.
They meet on vacation, gathering at the latter's home in order to shake out a stale routine. It sounds boring, but I haven't seen the movie, so
That
I don't
sounds. I don't know how you. But that's so vague.
they're not selling me on it.
No.
Not selling me on it.
But the fact that the movie that you're not being sold on ranks higher than your favorite one.
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite of the year so Next, we have X, the movie X, which is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre remix featuring a van full of pornographers. So,
Oh.
I heard it's really great.
I thought you were serious there for a second.
What?
Is it really Texas
It
Chainsaw
actually
remake?
is. Oh,
Oh, fuck.
it's about a van full of pornographers. That was not a joke. Um,
Oh, well, that part I got 69 out of 10.
don't worry,
Amazing.
darling. Pieces, not to spoil your spoil the meal here, is not on this list. Because next, numero 6, we have Watcher. Micah Monroe from It Follows stars as a woman who's being stalked, sounds familiar, in Bucharest, but not by a sex demon this time. By just a
Cool.
neighbor.
Awesome.
So
Very
that's
cool.
Number 5, we have The Black Phone, which we've covered on this show before, starring
Okay.
Ethan Hawke as the
Mhm.
grabber. TBD. I'm not. It's fine. Icky, we talked about this movie as well, so it's fine. But it was overhyped to me, so I feel less happy about it.
I still loved that movie. I'm shocked that you didn't.
It's fine. Like, it's fine. I don't love it. I just don't. I wanted way fucking more from it. But anyway, number 4, next is a movie called Resurrection, which I've not seen, starring Rebecca Hall, whose life falls apart after she starts seeing her abusive ex-husband around her neighborhood, played by Tim Roth. I'm picking up a theme, Dave. Lots of women being stalked by men, and it actually sounds pretty fucked up. I've never
Yeah. I've not heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've not seen it. Apparently, Rebecca Hall turns in an incredible performance. Tim Roth is also good and creepy. So, we'll see. Maybe I'll have to check that out. Coming in number 3.
Three. I was like, come on.
Like, number 3 is a film called Nope. We've covered here before, starring Keke Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya, a Jordan Peele movie, which I loved. I don't know if I'd rate it this high because it didn't. It's a good movie, but it didn't feel like a horror film so much to me.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It didn't feel like horror film. It just was like spooky a little bit, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. Silver Thunder. If I ever meet Ethan Hawke, I'm gonna make sure he grabs you.
Sure.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
I'm gonna
Gotcha.
make sure to make it real awkward. Be like, his name's Hawk too.
Now I want him to grab me.
No,
No.
and he's like, I grab him too. No. I'm just saying his name is Hawk also. This is awkward now. I don't know why I did this.
You made it weird, and it's pretty strange that you're willing to grab people. Just keep it to yourself, sir.
You can grab
Relate it or
hands,
not.
like with handshakes, but don't grab it. Come on, this is Dangler.
Jesus. All right, I'm moving on right past that comment to number 2. We have a movie that we talked about a couple weeks ago called Barbarian, which comes out.
Nice.
If anybody hasn't seen this, you should go see it. Let's not talk more about my dangler. Josh, if nobody's seen this, it does come out on HBO Max on the 25th of October, and it's a great film. We covered it. It's the third grossest on this list behind Men, I think, which is only second to number uno on this list. A movie called Crimes of the Future, the latest film from body horror auteur David Cronenberg. I did a little quick review on this movie when I saw it, and it's really good, but holy shit, it is gross. It stars Viggo Mortensen and Kristen Stewart, among many others. It's a good film, I think. It's really weird, and it's really fucked up, and I really liked it. But I need to see it again.
Do you though?
I do. It's a thinker. So of this list, what would you rank as your top so far that we've seen?
I just realized, speaking of top, that we have a poll that went up.
Oh, I thought you were going a different direction with that.
No, it was a poll that went up that who's the tallest.
I think
Why?
who is?
I won with one vote.
Oh, right on. Well, Dave followed me apparently. Oh, Chloe won. I
Yes.
did not say Werewolf by Night. It wasn't on this list, but I've not seen it, so I will take that recommendation. I appreciate that. I always need new recommendations for spooky things or things that are interesting or weird shit. I don't know.
Well, not to get into another rabbit hole, but pizzas. I would say that Dragon Ball Super Superhero was a 9 out of 10,
Oh,
not
okay.
an 11 out of 10.
Okay. We're getting into that just as quickly as we're getting out of it.
So, which movie do you want to do first, Blake?
So we're moving on to the main event. Let's talk about a fun movie first. A movie called, well, I don't know. I'd argue they're both fun in different ways, but I think we should talk about Hellraiser. We're moving on to the latest iteration of Clive Barker's classic story, classic tale, if you will.
Uh-huh.
It's a reboot, I would say,
I guess,
of
yeah.
Hellraiser.
Uh-huh.
2022. This is a Hulu movie. We talked about Prey on this stream, whatever, a month ago or whatever.
Yes.
That was
Mhm.
wonderful. And now we have Hellraiser just in time for the spookiest season of all. And yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah,
So
let me get that synopsis, my guy.
okay, I have a little synopsis for you here.
Let's hear it.
When a woman steals a blood-activated Rubik's Cube, it starts stabbing her friends and banishing them to the Shadow Realm. Watch as she swaps her drug addiction for brutal masochism in the name of love? Brotherhood? Probably just guilt.
Great.
Terrible. We do have a little trailer for you all, so let's take a look at it whenever we get a chance here. Oh, glad they're telling us the trailer starts now.
Oh, does it? Cool. Great.
Isn't it?
No,
It's really nice. You can
it's
hold
just
it.
a box, bro.
What is it?
The spooky box.
It's a puzzle. And it's almost finished. Keep going.
No.
Oh,
So
No.
if I solve it, do I get a prize? I do.
No.
I was hoping for confetti, but
What's your deal? It has 6 sides, 6 configurations. It opens up and it cuts you.
I would say it's
Come to
more
play.
stabby than cutting, but okay. Agree.
oh,
It's time.
Saturday, another Saturday night in Los Angeles.
Proceed. Feed it. Their blood. Their pain. All for us.
Ugh.
One thing you pray for.
Hellraiser.
Cool. So
So-
before we dive in, I have to get this out of the way now.
Yeah.
Icky and I know one of the main characters in this movie. His name's Adam. And we worked with him at a burger joint, and now he's in fucking Hellraiser. And every time he came on screen, I was like, Adam!
Dude, that's awesome. Oh, so Adam plays the boyfriend of the main character's brother,
Yes.
which sounds like a really side role, but he's integral to
He's integral in the whole
he's
movie.
a main character. And I'll get into this a bit more, but great performances. I think there's really great performances.
Really
It's a movie.
fantastic, yeah. So what did you like about it, Blake?
Well, I'll get into my first impressions. If people do want to know, if they didn't get from the trailer, this story is about a young addict named Riley. She comes into possession of this ancient puzzle box that she discovers summons these freaky demon-type monsters known as Cenobites. The box has blades and takes blood from the holder, and then once it takes your blood, the Cenobites show up and take you away to another horrifying place where you die, I guess. But slowly, everyone around Riley begins disappearing this way, and she sets out to discover why, leading to all sorts of fucked up shit to happen to her and everybody that she's around. So, it's the Cinnabon. It's it's I really liked this movie. As my first impression, getting into that, I really enjoyed this. I remember the original. It's been a long time. The original for me when I first saw it was kind of boring and just there's like a lot of stuff going on, and I'm like, I don't really care. I know.
I'm gonna shock everyone real fast.
Bring it.
I've never seen the original.
Oh my god! I figured. But
Go on. Sorry to interrupt.
I do. I did think after I watched it, I was like, I think Dave might get something out of this. I was pretty thrilled for it. It's a 2-hour movie, and I think it moves pretty well. I don't know. I was caught up in this thing. How about you?
Yeah, I was not prepared. I was not at all prepared. I was like, because I've never seen the original.
Yeah.
I know who Hellraiser is based on pictures of, Hellraiser. Pinhead, I mean, I guess I should say, not Hellraiser,
Sure.
Pinhead.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this is probably, I'm sure it's gonna be scary. Yeah. And then the fucking it's in the trailer, but it's in the very first like 5 minutes, this dude gets hooked by some fucking like chains coming out of, I'm like, oh no, I am not ready for this at all. Oh no. And I fucking wasn't. I get sometimes I was like,
Oh, this movie is fucking brutal. It's
yeah.
brutal. Capital B, brutal. Jordan watched this movie. Our dad mod resident. He watched this movie. What did you think? What were your first impressions of this movie? He just recognized other characters from other things. Did you
Oh.
enjoy what you did see, or did you dislike what you saw?
Super.
This is going well for you. It sounds like you had the optimal experience.
Yeah. Oh, apparently nobody can hear you, Jordan.
Oh, sick.
Great.
Cool. Jordan didn't saw the movie kind of.
He said he saw it, but it was blurry, and because he didn't have contacts in, and he fell asleep, and he recognized people from 13 Reasons Why, and the other one that I forgot.
Hey,
Enjoy your
thanks for
stream,
stopping
Thunder.
by. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Silver Thunder. But who in the chat here? Who's watching? Who's seen this movie? Let us know what you thought. Because I mean, if we're getting into likes about this, what were some of your likes on this, Dave?
I still can't get over the fact that I know one of the main characters in it. And I just, every time I saw him, like, I gotta tell this story on stream. The only thing, I worked with him a lot, but the only interaction I remember, and I will always remember, is it was me and him and one of the hostesses standing up at the front, and Tom Holland walks in, and he goes, "Oh my God, you're Spider-Man!" I was like,
"Oh, shut the fuck up!"
And he goes, "What? He is?" I'm like, "Go in the back."
You said that to him?
Adam, the guy who's in Hellraiser, he was like, "Oh my God, that's Spider-Man."
You mean Colin from Hellraiser?
Colin, yes, thank you.
Did you even watch it, Dave?
I did. I didn't. Tom Holland is not really that short, dude. He's like 5'9".
Oh yeah, he's.
I think he's about Tom Cruise height.
Okay, that makes sense. Can everybody hear Jordan now? Hopefully.
Hello.
Hello.
It's Jordan is actually Tina from Bob's Burgers. So I would say past that, I liked all the performances were fucking great, especially the Cinnabons. and the story was decent. I guess I would say better, but first of all, pizzas. Tom Cruise is notoriously short because he makes himself seem tall. He's really not that short in person.
It's like this the Streisand effect for height, you know, when
Yeah.
you go on and on about how fucking tall you are, and then you're just regular height.
Yeah.
People are gonna think you're short now.
Right. Exactly. But past that, no, but I know how tall he is, and I know people who are his height. So anyway, sorry about that, pizzas. I'm getting me distracted by myself. Story was fine. I would say it was better, but I also would not. The first time the little box thing stabs somebody or a little blade comes out, I'm done. I'm leaving.
Head out.
I'm gonna head out.
Listen, I think the visuals for this entire thing
Oh yeah, that too.
were really great. Like the
Mhm.
cinematography I think was good. I feel like Netflix movies specifically have like this very specific look. And there is a reason for that because Netflix has like very specific specifications, right? Of
Mhm.
how you should shoot your film. It has to be with certain cameras at certain things. So all these Netflix movies kind of look alike. Whereas this one kind of stood out to me. This one felt pretty unique in terms of its like visuals and cinematography. It's dark and moody and everything, but it felt unique to me.
Yes, it did feel very unique. Again was not ready for what I saw, but I think the tone in general was nice. It
Yeah.
was cool. It was definitely spooky. I
Yeah.
have a hard time being scared at gore.
Right. Yeah, same here. It's more disturbing than scary.
Yes.
Because it made me just like fucking cringe more than anything.
Yeah, it was definitely a cringy type of scary movie, and
Yeah.
not in like the bad sense, but like that. Like every time something happens, you're like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
no."
No, that's the kind of horror that this is going for. You're not gonna stay up at night wondering about your existence in this world,
No.
you know, as I often do. You're just gonna lay in bed feeling disgusting and wondering how, if somebody flayed off your flesh, how that would feel.
That's exactly what happened to me.
Probably not good.
No, I
Not fucking
literally had
good.
trouble sleeping the next night. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't know why I might be a like closet psychopath because I always like I'm like reading a bunch of true crime shit or like watching a bunch of fucked up shit before I go to bed and I sleep like a baby most nights unless we were watching Men.
That one fucked me up
That
too.
fucked me up. But this I think the creature design and makeup
Yes.
design were really 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 good because it feels true to the original tone of the film, uh,
Yes.
the tone of the original film that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think it kind of did its own thing. I know you haven't seen the original, but
I've
there's
not.
kind of a new pinhead design here. I think it's equally stunning and disgusting
Yeah.
throughout.
He was the it. It was the
Yeah.
least. I don't know. I don't know. There's obviously no
I know
genders for any of these
Cenobites,
things.
yeah, are gendered.
They're genderless. Its design was probably the least horrifying out of all of the ones that we saw,
hmm
but it was still very creepy.
It's distinct, I think.
Yes, agreed.
Because it's like the head Cenobite person. I think it was good. I think there's a great mix of CG effects. Obviously, there's CG effects in here, but I think there's a good mix of that and practical horror stuff, like practical
Yes.
effects. You can tell they're actually hanging people from stuff, and it's prosthetics. It was
Right.
gross. It was gross.
Yes, it was very gross. And the ending scene.
Oh God. Oh God.
Literally, I
Yeah. Yeah. If you're, have you ever known anybody who has like sympathy pains? Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, do you? You do?
sympathy pains, sympathy embarrassment. If something negative is happening on screen, I feel it.
Oh man, I think it was Saw when I was in high school
Mhm.
with this girl who had like really bad sympathy pains and she didn't want to like say like she didn't want to tell me to like turn it off and I had no idea and every time everything She's like grabbed like I'm like, are you okay? She's like, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." But she's like, I have really bad like sympathy pains and I just feel terrible and I want to turn this off.
Fuck.
And I was like, oh, sorry. So if you have those kind of conditions, don't watch this movie. It's a goddamn nightmare.
Yes,
It really is.
it's a. I literally like. I forgot about that last scene and now I can't get it out of my fucking head. Bro, I literally like I think that's what did it because the whole time I'm like, okay, this is all fine.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, the Cinnabons are gross, and I'm not gonna call them the right thing. Thanks, Jordan. uh, they're they're gross. The things that happen are gross, but that last scene, I was like,
It takes
oh!
it takes the cake. It takes the cake. So, in my opinion, as well, this is a film that has a lot of lore, a lot of like backstory for this all to work. Am I
Mhm.
right? There's like this
Yes.
box, and there's like 7 different configurations, and it has to cut those 7 people, and different things happen. And by the time you get to the final configuration, you can talk to God or their version of God and ask
Yes.
him for anything. And like there's a lot to it, and so I'm like, how are they gonna do this? And I think they handled it in a way that made sense because
Yeah.
I mean, disagree with me if I'm wrong, but I don't feel like they ever had to like stop in their tracks to be like, this is what's up, this is how it's
No.
happening. Or do you know that horror movie trope where they like, oh, let's consult an expert, and they go to fucking Vincent D'Onofrio on his webcam and he's sitting there like, oh, the ancient folklore of the Sumerians, they say that you should do this. And then we have to sit there and listen to this fucking guy talk for 10 minutes and explain to us what the fuck is going to happen. None of that here. We get to learn about it with the characters.
I would say this just popped in my head. I think this is another win for Hulu.
I agree. I totally agree.
I think Hulu is really swinging for the fences. They're not only that, they're showing they do got quite a bit of dick to swing here in the movie department.
They do surprising amounts, surprising length on that, and good for them because they should, right? They should, and I think this isn't the best horror film I've seen this year, but I think it is perfect for our season. I think it is engaging enough. I don't think it's a waste of time, and it worked for me. It worked for me.
Yes, I
You know?
agree. I again, I'm gonna say it again. I wasn't prepared, so I'm saying it for the third or fourth time now. So anybody who decides to watch it from our chat will be at least a little prepared.
Be prepared.
Be
Arm
prepared.
yourself.
Do not have just eaten.
No. Definitely don't eat before or during this movie, and hopefully you ate enough before because you're not going to want to eat after. You're just going to want to like pull the covers over and go to bed.
Yes, and if your favorite candy is Twizzlers Pull and Peel, don't watch this movie.
So what's there's pull and peel?
Oh, fucking shit.
It's true. It's very true. It's a disgusting movie, but I do think, as you said before, the acting also is great in this.
Yes.
There's a lot of things to like about this. I don't think it's groundbreaking by
No.
any stretch of the imagination, but I do think it is engaging. If that's all for your likes, I think we can move on to dislikes.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know. Do you have any?
I disliked how fucking gross it was. I disliked that last scene. I'm not giving it away, but it made me go like this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dude, what is up with us watching really gross shit?
I blame you.
I mean, it's probably my fault, but like,
I don't know.
I didn't know half the stuff we're gonna watch was gonna be this gross. It's been a really gross year for film, which is whatever. It's fine. It's specific. For me, these are nitpicks, right? Because I think the movie works. I don't think there's any like critical like errors to this thing. I think there's some like kind of cheesy music cues throughout.
Okay.
That felt like that felt really like like we get it.
Right.
Especially kind of at the end, it felt very over the top, like Hans Zimmer did a bunch of coke and turned on all of his plugins. He's like, "Fuck it, dog, we're going to the opera."
Oh
and
my
like just
god.
went balls to the wall with it. So yeah, whatever. I wasn't like, wow, this movie sucks now, but it is something I noticed. I don't know if you noticed that at all.
I did not. I was too distracted by how grossed out I was.
You were too busy barfing your brains out.
No, it's not. That stuff doesn't make me barf, but it does make me do this.
Okay, I thought you were gonna make the gagging sound, and I was like,
No, I would.
preemptively about to hurt you.
I'll show the chat if you want to take off your fucking headphones.
Okay.
This is my perfected vomit noise.
Stop it!
Can you do
I
that in
can
the
see
voice
your
changer?
fucking face.
Do it with
I can
the deep
see your
voice.
face. I don't even have to hear you. This is gross.
I have to do something for Jordan. Take your headphones back off and close your eyes.
This will be good.
Okay.
Don't do that. We're gonna lose all of our viewers.
Oh, that was great.
Nobody went
entire-
anywhere so far.
Our entire chat is gonna disappear overnight. And the last little dislike that I had, it's not really a dislike. It's like a super nitpick, but it was a little long. It was a couple hours long. I think it could have been trimmed. But short of that, this is a recommend for me.
Our chat is still living. Oh god.
Are you gonna audition for Barfing Guy number 2?
Yes.
And
Every time you see a barfing guy movie now,
you're gonna get the sides for your audition. It's just retching sound.
got it. Nailed it.
Just self-tape yourself. Good idea. This is great.
It's a recommend for me as well. Hellraiser, not the fake puking thing. But yeah, it's a recommend for me so long as you don't eat beforehand, and you don't have Twizzlers pull and peel with you.
Gross. Well, anyway, go see that if you want something spooky. If you want to laugh, or I don't know,
If you want to be frustrated,
or have a lot of memeable moments, you're gonna want to watch our next movie that we're talking about here tonight. We're talking about M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening, the 2008 masterpiece from the auteur cinema god himself, M. Night Shyamalan.
No.
You want to tell us about The Happening, Dave?
I very much do.
All right, let us know.
Welcome to The Happening, a movie that does not have you wondering what is happening, but instead, why the fuck it's happening. It's killer trees! You heard me right. Fucking trees decide to commit genocide with their silent tree creations. Watch the origin of the confused Mark Wahlberg meme, Zooey Deschanel's first ever acting role according to the quality of her performance, and finally, M. Night Shyamalan's cry for help in what should have been his last movie ever.
Oh god.
This movie. Listen,
terrible.
I was like, I remember liking this movie as a kid. Well, I guess, yeah, sort of a kid. But let's watch the trailer before we.
Yeah, we definitely should watch this trailer. All right,
before we
let's
get
do
into it. Oh boy.
Oh boy, it's right.
I don't know if any of you guys heard about this article in the New York Times. Well, apparently, honeybees are just disappearing all over the country.
No.
Tens and millions of them. All right, let's hear
Can't do
some
it.
theories about why this might be happening.
Nope.
Nobody?
Nope.
You're not interested in what happened to the bees?
Nope.
He's talking to 13-year-olds.
I wasn't aware that trailers used to be just the first 10 minutes of the movie.
The administration makes us teach it before the snow on the ground. What is this?
There appears to be an event happening.
No. I can't. Oh no.
Has reported attacks. Boston, Philadelphia.
Maryland. White House officials claims the CIA has a defense against chemical weapons.
It doesn't seem that bad yet.
She says everyone's
I can tell you why it seems bad already to me.
What's going
Is this
on?
lying to us?
Well, A, that, but B, no one believes Mark Wahlberg as a professor.
Everyone.
Yeah, that too, Jordan.
The affected area now includes
California,
We're just watching the movie at this point.
By the sheer numbers of attacks, that a terrorist would be responsible is becoming less and less likely.
No. That look is my look for this entire
There,
fucking movie.
there's the meme. That's the
Science will come
meme.
up with some reason to put in the books. But in the end, it'll be just a theory. We will fail to
Yeah,
acknowledge
Kobe is thinking face. If that's
that
what
there
you
are
want to call
forces
it.
at work beyond our understanding.
Pizzas, yeah, it's a very famous gif.
Oh no. This movie, before we get into our first impressions and stuff, was billed quite a lot as M. Night Shyamalan's first rated R movie. What's he gonna do? Shit the bed is what he's gonna do. Gonna shit the bed.
This is definitely during his coke phase.
So tell us the story. What's the story of The Happening, Dave?
So first of all, Clubby One, are you saying you've never seen this movie?
Oh my gosh, you have to see this movie.
You definitely have to see this movie. So the story of The Happening is Professor Mark Wahlberg and his girlfriend, who has clearly never acted before in her life, Zooey Deschanel, in this
To be
movie.
fair, he's not a professor. He's a grade school science teacher.
It's even less believable.
I believe the grade school science teacher a
I
little
don't.
more.
I don't at all. He's the grade school gym teacher.
Yes.
And he is not, and he can't teach anything but kickball.
Yeah.
Period.
So
Anyway.
Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel, who's asleep for the entire runtime, they have to do what now?
They are running from trees. They're running from trees, and not the physical trees themselves, but the chemicals that these trees are now just excreting into the air that apparently take away the only thing that makes you not kill yourself, and then it makes you guessed it, kill yourself.
Yes, it's pro-suicide trees. It's wild. So yes, pizzas. We're also gonna get into the acting, but Zooey Deschanel can act. I think Mark Wahlberg can act.
I want to be clear here. I'm not saying that this is her first acting role. I'm saying it looked like her first acting role.
I agree with that sentiment.
Like pre-acting class. Like she had somebody plucked her off the fucking street and was like, "Hey, do this." She's like, "I don't know what I'm doing." They're like, "Cut print."
Just say it. Just say these lines.
To be fair, everyone felt like that for me.
Everybody. We're gonna get into it, but what was your first impression seeing this movie again?
What the fuck? Okay, here's my first impression. This movie was almost great. All it needed was an entirely different cast, a different director, and a slightly longer story.
A few of those quick changes, and this could have been
a couple of
fucking
things
grade A
and
quality.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, I agree.
A+ movie. But here's the thing. I know you know what I'm saying because like the bones of this movie were good.
Ooh, I don't know if I agree with you though. I don't agree with you actually. It's not even me questioning if I agree. I don't agree with you.
But here's like, listen, if you get some actual backstory in there to build this story up, because it's only an hour and a half. If you do the usual thing now and do a 2-hour movie, you add half hour to get some backstory to really build up the tension as to what the fuck is happening. And then you find out that it's nature. And you have somebody who can actually play a fucking teacher and somebody who's actually trying to play his girlfriend.
This is the entire fucking thing not the entire thing that's wrong with it. A major thing that's wrong with the plot of this movie is that they tell you what's going on almost immediately. It's never like, oh, we have to discover what's happening. It's never a fucking mystery. It's just people running around and they meet the goofiest fucking assholes like ever. I think there is a seed of a fine idea. The seed of it. There's not good bones to this. This is a
okay. I think I can get up over that.
This is raise it and take the seed of that idea, plant it, and hopefully it grows into a tree that doesn't die of a horrible disease? I don't know, because it's bad. It's
Well,
really
okay.
fucking bad.
Here's the thing. Max is saying tree chemicals is pretty bad. Trees already secrete chemicals. It's called oxygen.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say maple syrup.
Oh. What? Sorry, what were we talking about? No, but that to me is like like if they just kind of hinted at that, and that's what was happening. Not to the people in our chat. If they just hinted that, but we never found out, that would be terrifying. But
Yes.
also,
Yeah.
if it wasn't that the tree chemicals, the tree secretions make you kill yourself, it would have been better. Like if it was like it made you, if it suffocated you, that's different. That would be, you know what I mean?
I think there's a way to make the core of this idea work. I think there is. I agree with
There
you on
is.
that. I don't. This is everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. Like my first impression of watching this thing again. Oh yes, we're gonna get to this, Jordan. My first impression of this was like, dude, this is way worse than I
Thanks
thought.
for coming, Chloe1.
Yo, thanks, Chloe. Bye. I think, I don't know. I remember watching it the first time I ever saw it, and I was like, okay, I didn't think too much about it. I knew it wasn't great, but I didn't really care. And then I watched it again, I think in college. I was like, oh, this is bad. And I hadn't seen it since then, and I watched it last night, and I was like, this is worse than I remember.
It's so bad. See, here's the thing. I think that if you wrote this movie, it would be fantastic because you would know what to do with it. You would know that to show the trees secreting their tree secretions, you wouldn't have like fucking helicopter style wind showing like, here it comes. No,
dude,
you make that shit subtle.
Every time you do that, I just picture a tree running at people.
That's the Dave version of this movie.
That is the Dave version of this movie. So let's get into. Do you have any likes?
No.
For the movie? Is there anything you liked about this movie?
The seed of which it grew. Yes, that's it. Because the whole time I'm like, God damn it, they could have. And hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. The character, and I guess I'm a little biased because I'm typecasting here, but the character Mark Wahlberg played should have been Bryan Cranston.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I can get on board with that.
Maybe not Bryan Cranston, but somebody of the like, somebody that's actually believable as a teacher who's teaching something other than dodgeball. Okay.
Right.
Mark Wahlberg was not this role, and Zoe was not the role either. And I gotta say, John Leguizamo was not that role either. Nobody was cast properly, and nobody who was in this movie did a good job at all. Like, not even a good job. They didn't even do a bad job.
Dude, they all. I don't even know if they phoned it in. We're gonna get to this as well. I think that has everything to do with directing.
100%.
I'm gonna talk to you about my likes for this movie. I liked, and this isn't like a plus for the film, only because it made it more bearable and weirder. I liked all the fucking goofy ass characters in this because they gave it some sort of color, and they gave me a lot of laughing moments. Like we have hot dog guy. You know, after they get off the train, get in the car with me. You guys like hot dogs? And so he just knows, like, no, and he's like, well, it's great. They're too meat. They have protein. I'm like, who the fuck wrote this? I could not believe it. Oh, jeez. Oh, Betty Buckley was rough, dude. Everybody was rough. So I liked the goofy characters because they were bafflingly weird. And that's actually it. That's literally all I have.
Speaking of hot dog guy,
I did like that it was only an hour and a half.
That was nice. Yeah, but it felt way longer. Speaking of hot dog guy, I don't understand. You have to help me out here. I don't understand why Mark Wahlberg played a science teacher if he wasn't the one that figured it out.
Nothing means anything in this movie. There's no reason for anything to happen. Are we getting into our dislikes, Dave?
That's all we have for this movie, Blake.
Okay, I just wanted to properly segue into it. So, your first dislike?
My first dislike is the moment Mark Wahlberg comes on screen. He's like, "What about the bees? You guys don't care about the bees?" And I'm like, "Oh no, what the fuck is happening?"
the way I think that's the first thing I do want to talk about. We've been getting there, but the acting in this movie is bad, and the thing about
bad does not even describe it. Bad is Clint Eastwood movies in the present day. This makes those look like masterpieces.
This okay. Everybody's bad. I think obviously John Leguizamo is great. I think Mark Wahlberg can act. I think Zooey Deschanel can act, dude.
They can
I
all
think
act.
People can really lay out wonderful performances. This is 100% down to the writing and the acting. I'm sitting there every fucking line that comes out of it. What did I say?
You said acting.
Oh, it comes down to the directing
yeah.
and the writing. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. It's every fucking line. This is a first draft script. This is 100%. It feels like an 80s B movie that was like shot for TV, you know? Because everybody's like, oh, we're going to the town of Princeton. We are going here. Oh, Zooey Deschanel in the train station. Her and Elliot have a little fight. There's some marital issues here, as we learn. And they get upset, and she goes, I am upset. I'm gonna. I was like, everybody just says what they feel. It's so bad.
I don't like talking about my emotions either.
Yes, it's stuff like that where she says like I keep to myself. I do not like talking about my emotions either, young girl. Jess, which is your name?
Listen, dude. I have one that's better. Okay. Just let me think for a second. You have to do something. They're dying. Just let me think for a second. Please, they're dying. They're screaming. You have to let me think for a second. Oh my God, what's happening? Well, nobody let me think for a second.
That's M. Night Shyamalan. Just like, I gotta hit this page count, dog. Let's just have everybody yell while Mark Wahlberg does this.
And says the same line 4 times.
Over and over. It's bad. The writing is the worst. The worst writing I've seen in a movie with this kind of budget and this kind of actors in it. And
I would say,
because Mark Wahlberg talks, Jordan, I don't know if there's like some kind of like The Happening collection on YouTube, like scene collection, because it's hard to talk about this without illustrating the point. Mark Wahlberg talks with like an upward inflection with everything he says. Every single time he talks like this, and everybody talks like this. It's something that had to have been they had to have been told to do that. There's no
100%
fucking way.
100%.
The right choices.
M. Night Shyamalan fucked up this movie.
Yeah.
He single-handedly ruined this movie. If he had a movie after this, it's a travesty that he ever got hired again.
Okay, so we'll talk about other Shyamalan movies for sure, but he's directed a bunch since then. But I think this got shit on so badly. I don't think he worked much for a while after this. It's insanity. So as you kind of stated, the movie, the trees and the plants release a chemical that makes people kill themselves. Fine. Stupid, but fine. Okay. For a dumb-ass movie, fine. But the way people kill themselves is hilarious.
Oh my God. That like
hilarious.
Okay, I can sort of grasp the idea that the tree creations make you want to kill yourself. Fine. Maybe because of how much pain. That's the story. The tree creations put you in so much pain, you just have to kill yourself to stop the pain. That's what should have happened.
Sense. It's not just like you have a brain that works.
Well, don't give me too much credit here.
Fair enough.
Yeah, take some of it back. So, the fact I could sort of, because there's maybe it's because of that. I don't understand why it makes you want to kill yourself in the most pig-headed way. Like, oh my God, you decided to go turn on your fucking lawnmower and then just go lay down.
Dude, yes, this is okay, there's a bunch of ways like people so if people are in a car and it happens and they drive their car into a tree or they're on top of a tall building and they jump off a building, fine. That makes sense because you're already there. You're already doing that thing. It's just kind of a natural extension of what you're all doing. But a lot of other people are going out of their way. They're fucking like the one guy jumps into the lion's cage and like has his own arm ripped off by a lion. And he's just like whipping it around, bleeding everywhere. We have lawnmower guy who is like they kind of like when they get infected or whatever with the tree toxins, they sit there. This guy, he walks over, he like everybody stops, and then he, not anybody else, him alone, walks over to a lawnmower, turns it on, turns the wheel, starts it so it goes by itself around in a circle, and he just looks in front of it. Why?
I don't fucking get it, dude.
There's also workers as they drive through one of the towns that I assume they're landscapers, but I guess every landscaper had a hose on him because the landscapers stopped landscaping. Instead of like taking a weed whacker to your own face or something, they stop what they're doing. They must have gotten these old wooden ladders, grabbed a hose, walked up the ladder, strung up a hose, and then hung themselves. Like how long? How long are we doing this for? This is elaborate as shit.
They had the equipment to make a quick, brutal death.
Right.
And they chose not to do that. They chose, hey, I'm going to go hang out with the people making us kill ourselves.
Like, let's, like, it's kind of like, hey, how can we make our deaths into a shitty M. Night Shyamalan movie? Let's do it that way.
I don't fucking get it, man.
I could not believe it. I could not fucking believe it. Also, I talked about this earlier. This was hyped up as M. Night Shyamalan's first rated R movie. Everybody strap in. It's going to be crazy. They cut away from like almost all the gruesome stuff.
Yep.
Almost all of it.
Yep.
We see pretty much none of it.
Nope. And like, I'm not like huge into gore, but like, what do you do? If you're gonna show it, man.
Just show it, dude.
Just show it. Don't
unbelievable.
Listen. It's like taking a dick pic but covering up the head.
Yeah.
You're just gonna show us the shaft. That's it. That's all you got.
It's
like nobody wants to see this, but if you're gonna show it, show it.
if we're getting there, just get there, dude. I don't understand. I also have to point out there's a specific moment too where this is how you know this movie is gonna be fucking bad too, because this movie opens to two women sitting on a park bench.
Oh yeah.
And the one woman has her book open and she turns. This is before the trees strike. She turns to her friend and she asks where she is in her own book to her friend. And her friend says, "Oh, you're here in your own book." And she goes, "Oh, okay, thanks." And starts reading her own book. Why? Dave, why is any of this happening?
That must have been an interaction that was before action. And they just kept it. Wait, where am I supposed to be in this book? Right there?
Dude.
Okay, great. The page that I'm already on? Cool.
Unfucking believable. And unfucking believable. They also roped in, I think we saw this in the trailer, Alan Ruck as the principal. He was only in it for a second. And poor Jeremy Strong is private. His name is Private Oster, but I thought he was saying private officer. I was like, and then Shyamalan's like, insert rank here.
Right.
Private officer. But plays it like goddamn Gomer Pyle.
And guarantee you he didn't go into it that way. Guarantee you he didn't. And fucking M shows up on set, coked out as fuck with his sunglasses, and he's like, "Be Gomer."
Yeah, do it again, but like you're a fucking idiot, though. Do it that way.
Can you do it more stupid? Are his eyes open? No, just do what he says.
Just do it. It's gonna be fine. We'll fix it in the edit.
I mean, yeah, I think that Alan Ruck could have played John Leguizamo's character better.
Yeah, because Alan Ruck was fine, and I mean, he had like what 3 or 4 lines, but he was fine. They didn't give him a chance to stink it up too bad. Jordan, what's your favorite part in The Happening?
When they all die. No. It's when that kid gets shotgun to the face for being a dickhead.
Oh yeah.
Because I like when I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, why wouldn't they just let him in? And now I'm like, oh my god, why are you on my porch? Die. I would have shot way prior to that nowadays. For way less.
I do have to say that scene, everything leading up to that scene, I'm like, all right, fine. Like, this sucks, but all right. That scene and on, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
That was the only effective part of this movie. I would argue that was the only effective part of this movie.
If the kid didn't randomly be like, why are you being a pussy?
Okay, so not that part. That was dumb. To set this up, Zooey Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg and the little girl they're looking after, they run up to this house, and there's these 2 teenage kids who tag along with them. They're trying to get some food for the little girl, and these two teenage kids are being dickheads. Like, let us in, and they're pounding on the door, and the people inside bring out a gun and blow these kids away. And up until this point, it was just stupid people and hot dog guys dying, and so I don't care. And then they go from hot dog guy to murdering teenagers in this movie, and I was like, oh god, it was like a weird tonal shift. And that's what I was like, oh, it's effective, not because the kids are saying stupid stuff, but it's effective because you didn't expect a movie so stupid and so just, blasé about everything to just murder children.
Well, they deserved it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it didn't affect me at all, because why the fuck what are you doing? Stop yelling at the people, number one. Number two, what are you like kicking the door for?
Dude, it's so, oh my god, everything in this movie is dumb. So we also focus on the way more time than we ever fucking should. The relationship between Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel's character, Elliot is his name, and Alma is her name. We spend so much time, like literally, there's a life-threatening toxin in the city, and we're spending 20 minutes where Elliot and Alma are like, oh, I don't know, she's being cold to me. No, I don't know. Like, can I see some fucking hustle, people? Move.
I mean,
there's
honestly,
a deadly toxin, and she had tiramisu with a guy once. I don't care.
I mean, the way he like showed that he forgave her by saying like, "Oh, there was a hot woman that I talked to one time." Bitch, first of all, no. Number one. Number two, no.
Well, she goes, "Are you joking?" And he goes, and she goes, "Okay." And that's it. That's the scene. That's the end of the scene.
What the fuck, dog?
All is fucking forgiven.
But okay, I think the most jarring thing to me, was the fucking old lady.
Tell us about the old lady, Dave.
So they come up to this house in their searches because they figure out that the trees only kill people who are in groups more than 4, apparently.
Yeah.
And so they're able to skate under the radar.
Yeah.
Until the whole thing stops as abruptly as it started. And they stumble upon this house that Zooey Deschanel's character, Alma, correctly points out, there's no power going to that house. And so there's this old lady in the house, and she's like, whatever you have to tell me about what's happening, I don't want to know it. It's like, okay, sweet, cool flex, man. So, but then it's like, okay, she seems fine. She's totally normal. She's like, I don't care. The world never cared about me. Everything's fine. And then the little girl reaches for, and we're like, what is happening now? Don't touch things that aren't yours. Like, so she's just crazy.
She's just crazy. This is one of those characters, and she keeps getting crazier. This is one of those characters where I think M. Night Shyamalan was writing this movie, and he's like, I'm bored. This is boring. Let's make a crazy person. And that's what he did with everybody else. Also, with Hot Dog Guy and crazy characters, the train. Oh my God, there's so much stupid shit to this movie. When the train, they're all on a train. They get on a train. They leave the city, and the train stops at like Filbert, Pennsylvania or something. And they're like, the end of the line. Sorry, Filbert, it is. You're stuck here. We're not going any further. And so everybody piles in this little station. They're watching the TV, and they're like, all right, it's spreading. Everybody has to go. All of a sudden, by the way, this train was not supposed to stop in Filbert. It just stopped there. Everybody was just on board, had to stop there. I guess everybody who stopped on the train had a fucking spare car in Filbert. Because everybody leaves this train station and gets into cars and drives the fuck away.
And Mark Wahlberg's character Elliot even says, like, we don't have any transportation here. Like, please, someone help us. Like, nobody should have any transportation here, bro.
Everyone's like, good thing I left my spare car in Filbert. Knew it was gonna pay off one day. What the fuck?
Also, I love how they are like the whole justification for just stopping in Filbert, not at a train station, by the way, just in somebody's backyard.
I think it was a station.
Well, they get out in the middle of the grass.
Well, the passenger car like lasts for a while, and they don't go any further, so they have to get out and walk in. There's a station. Not
Is there?
a good movie, but it's a station.
Mm-hmm. But my whole thing is, they're like, yeah, we have to stop here. This is the last stop. Why? We've lost contact. With who? Everyone. Okay, number one, no, you haven't. Number two,
Go on.
you're telling me that you just stop where you are, like, well, clearly I'm not getting paid anymore. No,
Okay.
you would go to where you're supposed to go because,
No,
like,
I have to disagree with you. Again, not making excuses for how fucking dumb this movie is, but to be fair, if as a train, if you lose contact with other trains or like the ground traffic control, I don't know who does this, the switcher people.
Sure.
They don't know a train could be on their track coming right for them, and so if they lose contact, they should just stop. Because you don't know if you're gonna hit head on by another train or collide with somebody if a train's in another station. As a train myself, why am I defending this fucking movie? Why am I
don't
defending
fucking
trains
know.
so much? I am trains and trains are me. But yeah, everybody had a fucking car in Filbert. God, everything is wrong.
I said it with the dude, okay? I quite literally, and he's like, we lost contact. With who?
Everyone.
I said it with him. I literally was like, everyone. Yep.
And I have to give credit, whoever that actor was, he tried his fucking best. He might have
literally
best performance in this movie.
He did his thing, right?
Yeah.
And M, for short for moron, said, okay, but can you goofy it up? And he was like,
nope. You're getting one fucking take from me, and I'm never working on this movie. Dude, it's insane. And the thing that is really weird about this movie, because there's a bunch of like, this is another one of those movies. It's like, cool, we have this thing, and it should have been a short film, but they're like, we're just gonna have them stop at different places, and it means nothing, and they don't really learn anything because we're told from the very beginning that this is the trees, and it's just happening because sometimes freak things happen. We never are building to any mystery. Mark Wahlberg's just running around quoting science articles he read one time through the whole movie, and it's insane. But the movie doesn't end. It just kind of runs out of gas and stops.
you know, first of all, yes.
Mhm.
Before I get into the end, though, I just realized something that never like came across my brain until just now because it was in the trailer, and I was like, wait, why was it that the only people who thought that at least the only people we could see in the movie that thought some sort of gas mask were the people that shot the kids? Why nobody, like, clearly, okay, we know it's the trees, we know it's bad. Nobody's like, hey, everyone, take off your shirts and double wrap them around your face. See if that helps. Not a single fucking person tried it. Not one. They're like, well, I guess we're just gonna. huff the tree creations and fucking die.
That's such a good point. I was thinking this too. Maybe it's the post COVID brain, where it's like oh, they're literally on the news like this is an airborne toxic event. People are killing themselves, and everyone's like, oh man, that sucks.
Guess
like,
we're gonna
doing
keep
nothing
going
about it.
outside.
I'm literally like, why aren't you wearing a mask? Like, or covering your face or anything. Literally anything.
It's donk worthy. So, but that's the thing. I feel like that's sort of an accurate representation of what would actually happen.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. To be honest with you, like airborne toxic event, bummer. Anyway, I'm picking up a latte. You guys want something? Like,
well, here's what would happen. I think in the reality, there'd be people who would put on masks in this situation.
Yeah.
And then you'd be people who'd be like, fucking look at you being an idiot. My gun is my best friend and I'm going to use it. Like,
that's a good point. Those smart people couldn't be seen in an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
They're the ones who survived without having to go hide in some crazy old lady's fucking murder shack.
Yeah, we didn't need a movie about them because they were fine.
They're basically me and you, just like
exactly.
So we have enough food to last a while in the house. Don't leave. Yeah, don't leave.
So I want to talk about the end of this movie, or the lack of ending to this movie. Jordan, do you remember how this movie ends?
No, because I didn't watch it.
Good for you.
Recently.
That's the right answer.
Smart.
I mentioned it before, and when I say it just kind of runs out of gas and stops, it literally does. The event, the airborne toxic event, stops, and everyone just kind of fucking shrugs. Cut to 6 months later.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know how we
doesn't it happen again at the end?
Yeah, in France.
You hate that, but like
in France.
It rehappens. The rehappening.
It's the rehappening. Okay, but here's how they show you. Right? They can't just tell you it's over. They have to show you. Here's how they show you, guys. Okay. So Elliot and Alma are separated. Elliot's in the house. Alma and the little girl who they, I guess, adopted from John Leguizamo's character, because he died from the tree creations.
He died by Jeep.
Yeah, died by Jeep. Well, technically,
Almost.
Jeep glass.
Okay, fair enough.
Jeep glass. So they're in different houses. They're in different buildings that are somehow connected by a pipe in the wall that you can just hear through. Anyway, so Elliot's like, this isn't right. This isn't right. I have to I'm going to do the upward inflection every time. This isn't right. I have to be with you. If this is the end, I got to be with you. And he fucking walks out of the house and just like walks over to her. And in my head, I'm like, can we just get one scene of him, the science teacher, using his fucking brain? Like, okay, I want to be with you. You're obviously safe in there. I'm obviously safe inside here. Why don't I just
right. Do anything. Do a fucking anything.
Anything. And then he gets there and she runs out too, because fuck her life too. And then they're like, they stand there. I don't even think they really embrace or kiss or anything, but they stand there and then they're like, I guess it's over.
It's true. It sounds like we're making this up, because it's the dumbest way you could have ended this. This is 100% when M. Night Shyamalan's cocaine ran out and he's like, I think I'm done. I think I'm pretty much done with this. It just stops. End. Cut to black. Fuck it. Give me $30 million and I'm gonna make this. It's so bad.
Do you love how he snuck in a justification for the trees? He gave the trees reasoning, if you will, for their genocidal attack on America, and it's because they were tired of our shit.
Dude.
From that news program, the guy's like, well, clearly they're tired of whatever. Essentially, he paraphrasing, he's like, they're tired of our shit, and they're taking their play back.
Yeah, this movie does the laziest fucking thing, because it does. It's like Elliot and Alma and Jess, they're out there in the field like, guess it's over. And they cut to 6 months later, and there's a man on the TV who's talking, and he's just telling us shit we already fucking know. well, the trees, well, they release some toxins, and when the trees got stressed, they just like released some toxins. Nobody's ever gonna know why, and it's just crazy. They were just sick of it, and they released some chemicals. That's all we know. And I'm like, I know, I fucking know.
Yep.
I know
We
that.
were here. We were there the
Saying
whole
it
time.
all movie. Everybody in this entire movie, this has been entirely tell, don't show. Like, it's everybody just explaining shit that's going on off screen.
Here's the
It's
thing.
awful.
I have to interject. It was not tell, don't show. It was tell and then shove it down your fucking throat.
Tell and keep telling you and tell you again. And hey, you remember that thing that we just told you? Here it is again. It's so bad, Dave. It's bafflingly bad. So, fuck this movie. Is this a recommend for you?
Yeah, actually.
It's a recommend for me too.
Yes. Yes. And not because we want anybody to be miserable, because it like is so much fun to talk about how shitty this movie was.
It's true. Watch it with some friends, have some drinks or something.
Play a drinking game. If you want to go to the hospital, the drinking game should be take a shot every time Mark Wahlberg looks confused.
It's just don't
just
flip that shot, please.
look. Oh, we're gonna Photoshop some shit there. No, just mainline some fucking vodka, and
Yeah, that's
yeah.
just exactly. You know what? Just instead of watching the movie and playing a drinking game, just go to the hospital. Just go right there.
Just go right there.
Save yourself and just go. Right to the
And
fucking
they're like,
hospital.
"What are you here for?" You wrote down preemptive alcohol poisoning. Yeah.
I think Armand is right. It's a long allergy commercial. It's like cut to black. Allegra.
Oh my god, that's so true. The Happening is a fucking Allegra commercial.
Oh jeez. Now available over the counter. Like, bro, fuck off. So yes, definitely go watch this movie if you hate yourself, or if you have some friends who you can like have a good laugh at with this thing and enjoy some bonkers movies and some terrible acting and some hot dog people. It's crazy.
Listen, this acting is so bad, and I already compared it to the the Clint Eastwood movies, and I say that because of Gran Torino.
Oh yeah, Gran Torino.
And I remember being like, okay, this movie's not horrible. It's pretty interesting.
I mean, in theaters together.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well, he's sort of trying, I guess. And then there's a scene where he like tricks the kid into like he like locks him into the behind this like door so he can go deal with the kid's fucking gang bullies or whatever.
Yeah.
And he shuts the door, and the kid, I swear to God, the kid is. I'm gonna get close so you can see my face. Okay, this is the kid's face and his reaction. No! Oh my God!
Dude, yeah. You know what my favorite part of the movie Gran Torino was, Dave? The ending credits when when some sack of shit gave Clint Eastwood a mic and they wrote a song and they let Clint Eastwood sing a song.
Oh my God.
Gran
I forgot.
Torino. And Clint Eastwood sings a song about his Gran Torino. Oh God, that movie sucks too. But yes, but in less depressing news, now that you've gotten a recommend for The Happening from both of us, what are some of your favorite Shyamalan movies, Dave?
Oh God, I don't really have that many, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I like The Sixth Sense.
Okay. Classic.
I did like Signs when we watched it.
Oh yeah.
I got nothing else.
Oh really?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I would know if you like.
Okay.
Told me more,
I'm
but like,
yeah.
Yes, give me some of yours.
Of course, I love The Sixth Sense. It's a classic. It's a classic for a reason. It's a great film. But honestly, I think my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie is Unbreakable.
Not seen it.
Oh, it's so good, dude. Yeah, it's Bruce Willis, and it's like a kind of like a backdoor superhero movie. Jordan, have you seen Unbreakable? Oh, 15-minute warning.
15 minutes.
He's given us the thing, but he didn't hear me. Jordan, have you seen Unbreakable?
I heard it, but I
He
don't
just
know what
was
it
ignoring
is.
you. What? It's a movie. I believe that's what we talk about here.
Bruce Willis.
Unbreakable. I thought that was that Olympic one with that guy that got. Oh no, I haven't seen this.
No, that's Super Breakable.
Extra breakable.
Anyway, I love that movie. I think Signs is a really good. It's not a perfect movie, but Signs is fine. Do you remember The Village?
No.
Did you ever see it?
Yes. I love
Jordan,
The
what
Village
did you like The
people.
Village?
Why? Wait.
I knew it. I
I'm just
knew it
kidding.
was coming.
But I have
Yeah.
seen The Village. Did love that movie.
What did you think of The Village?
Those creatures were great.
Chat.
The backs were awesome.
Yeah.
Super scary. Until I
Okay.
saw Scary Movie 4 when they made fun of it, and then it was hilarious.
Wait, is old Shyamalan movie?
Yes.
Max? It is?
It is.
Interesting. Interessante.
I actually saw Old with Wendy when I was back in Ohio. I
don't know. I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna get a list here so I can be more prepared.
I was fine with it at first, but like I thought about it after, like when I was laying in bed, I was like, no, this is dumb. None of this makes sense, and I don't like it. So I dislike it. The Village, I don't know. Yeah, sound off in the chat. What's your favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Split's good.
I see. I didn't. A lot of people like Split. I wasn't really a fan of Split.
Wait, he did After Earth, the Will Smith movie he did with Jaden.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He did The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah, dude. That's when he like couldn't get work for a long fucking time after, because The Happening was so bad, and then The Last Airbender came out and both were shit on, and then he only did After Earth because Will Smith was like, that's the only person I want to direct this.
I'm sorry. He directed Stuart Little.
No, he didn't. Yeah, he definitely did not.
Why is that showing up under his shit?
Because it's wrong.
He was
Dude,
a voice actor.
I've never seen The Last Airbender.
Oh, he was a voice actor in it. Oh, thank
I
God.
just made that up.
okay.
It was the cat. I made that up too. I have no idea.
Yeah, Old was not very good, but I never saw After Earth. The Visit was interesting. It was fine. I wouldn't call it a good movie, but it was like he took a really small budget and did something like really small scale with it, which I think was interesting enough. It's kind of a found footage thing. I wasn't a fan of Split. I thought Glass was garbage. I didn't like Old. But, speaking of M. Night Shyamalan movies, I'm glad we brought this up. I forgot about it. I saw a trailer for a new M. Night Shyamalan movie called Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, I did see a trailer for that too.
Did you see this trailer?
It looks dumb.
It looks bad. It looks bad.
Why is he still getting work, bro? Like, he hasn't done anything good since Signs.
No, I disagree, because people loved Split. And I think the directing...
Oh, okay,
was fine.
yeah.
I think the directing was fine in Split. I think the directing in The Visit was good as well. Not that I'm a huge fan of those movies, but yeah. I mean, dude, yes, I agree with you, Max, too. It was all about the Shyamalan twist. What's the twist going to be at the end? And that played out so fucking quick. His career was like, oh, shit, what do I do now? And then he made a bunch of crap and didn't really work that much.
No, he didn't.
I think he can. No fucking way. He wrote the screenplay.
Stuart Little 3 coming soon.
Wow. Man, because like a lot of his early work was as a writer, which is what makes The Happening so fucking bonkers.
I'm telling you, he was coked out.
Dude, it's a straight up. It's a first draft that you literally show nobody. It's a first draft that you put in a drawer and don't look at for 2 months, and then come back and rewrite it.
If I
haven't seen his Apple TV show Pizzas. I've heard it is good.
I'm not gonna watch any more of his shit unless Blake makes me. If I didn't know how much you already had on your plate, I would challenge you to rewrite this movie.
Okay. Well, listen. After I finish the script job I'm working on, and I finish up a rewrite of my own project for a pitch, I'm gonna have all the time in the world to just rewrite shitty M Night Shyamalan movies for fun
That's what I'm
and
saying.
with no gain to myself
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Mhm.
So let's do that. Let's do that, Dave.
Gun to your head. What's the title for the next happening movie? 5 seconds.
For the next happening, the happening 2. ... It's still happening.
There's the title, The Still Happening.
Yeah.
More happening.
Pizzas, you're right. I mean, listen, I can respect him for taking chances on things. I really do. I do. Like, he's an artist no matter how many fucking swings and misses he's had, because he set up his career really well to start. He got a little, big in it for his britches, but at the same time, I think he can do good work. I think he has it in him to do good work. So I'm not going to sit here and write him off as a creator or as an artist.
Here's where my brain's at, okay? Because I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But my brain is, I'm going to put it in a baseball metaphor, okay? Say you got a guy who, he's a rookie, and he, like off the bat, has like a 400 batting average.
Okay.
And you're like, oh shit, this guy's pretty good, right? And then after the third game, you're like, oh, he's only batting like 100.
But it's not quite that metaphor, because he was to continue your metaphor. He was batting 1,000 for a second there, and then kind of dropped down to like 400 or 500, and then shit the bed. But then kind of came back. He's like, oh, I'm still batting 400 to 600. And to completely get lost in this baseball metaphor, he came out of it fine, like a middle of the road person who has little sparks of genius when he can be handled or handle things correctly.
I would say
I
would argue that if you take away his 3 hits, his Signs, Sixth Sense,
5 hits. Signs, Unbreakable was a hit. The Sixth Sense, The Village was a hit. Split was also a hit.
It's also a handicap baseball league.
Hey!
Nice. So, but if you take away his 5 hits and you leave the other, I don't know, 10, let's just say 10, 10 remaining films that he's got, he sucks. He's a horrible director.
I don't think he is, man. I think you're being really harsh. I'm not sitting here like,
if you only look at his good ones, he's great. So with his good ones, he's great. With his not 5 hits, he's horrible. But then you get that average, he's the middle of the road. I just don't understand why there's any hype to him left.
I don't think there's any hype to him left. I'm going to be perfectly clear about that. But but he's had 2 fucking bombs. 2 major fucking bombs. Everything else has been middle of the road. Because Old actually is as bad of a movie as this is. Old did well. People like that movie. Split did well. Glass, I don't think, did great. But I think you're talking about a chunk of really great films, 2 really fucking shitty films, and then the rest of them are middle of the road. So I think you net out at about, out of 10, a 6.5. I don't think he deserves an incredible amount of hype or praise or anything like that, but I think it's disingenuous to write him off as a shitty artist or creator. Completely.
Well, I don't think it's disingenuous. I think that if you look at his body of work as a whole, it really feels like he's a not great director who got lucky a few times.
I think, and I've heard some behind the scenes stories about him as well, is a lot of people breaking this down, much smarter people than I, talking about some of these early films, because when you're young and you have great ideas, your ideas get bounced back to you. You have studios and producers that are talking back to you. But when you have like 4 or 5 hits in a row that make a fuck ton of money, you get like crazy hype and they let you do whatever you want. And I think that is the death for people with giant fucking egos like M. Night Shyamalan. They let this fucking guy do whatever he wants, and so he blows a bunch of coke and writes The Happening in one fucking sitting and gets, however many millions of dollars. He gets final cut on these movies and he puts out trash. Yes, these people need to be reined in. He doesn't have the self-awareness because when you're not forced to give or take notes on your own shit, everything you put out you think is great when you've been hyped up like that for so long.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And Pizzas is kind of going off the same thing that you're saying here, is that that kind of hype makes it impossible for anybody to be like, hey man, that's a shitty idea.
Right. How are you going to tell M. Night Shyamalan, who just made your studio a fucking $1.5 billion on these films, that he's wrong or he should take your notes? He's going to tell you to go fuck yourself. And because he believes his own hype. He's sniffing his own farts.
That's what I'm saying. We all kind of do that sometimes. But I think, but here's the thing. I understand most of it.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, yeah, I'm sure he has an idea what he's doing. Sure, yeah, just let him. But literally, no one was like, I'm sorry, just clarification. Trees?
It's a fair point. It's a fair point because The Happening is an abomination of cinema. That should never have happened. But I bet you I fucking guarantee his contract was like, no notes on the script. I get final cut.
Probably.
I goddamn guarantee it.
And that was why he didn't work for a long time.
Yeah, exactly, dude. But yeah, and Pizzas, I do agree with you. I think Jordan Peele's a really great creator, but I would argue he is more M. Night than he is Spielberg. I agree, because he's not as consistent as I think a lot of people would like him to be. He has a bit of a streak in him that is a little more on the esoteric or the weirder, like, kind of art side, which I really appreciate. But they were kind of expecting him to be churning out Get Outs, forever, and he's kind of doing his own thing, which I respect. But yeah, he's pretty inconsistent, I think.
But I think in his inconsistencies, he's more consistent, if that makes sense.
No, I agree. He's not delivering The Happening anytime soon. Yo, Adam, what's up?
And Phantoms.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Phantoms. Yeah, man, I haven't seen Phantoms in a long ass time, dude. Yeah, no, and I agree with you, Pizzas. M. Night is doing his own thing to a degree. He did his own thing with The Happening, but I don't know if The Last Airbender was like a passion project. I think Jordan Peele is able to do more of his passion stuff than I think M. Night got self-conscious and was like, shit, I need to make some money, dog.
For sure, yeah. Wait, we have fucking Jay and Silent Bob shit in our chat?
We fucking should if we... Do we?
Look at fucking Adam. First of all, welcome. Second of all, look at his shit. That's so funny.
I want some of those emotes. Yeah, listen, I agree. It's a tough thing to say. I do want to see Clerks 3, by the way, Pizzas. I dislike Clerks 2 a lot, and I saw it when it came out, but I do love Kevin Smith as a human. Yeah, Buddy, you can't argue with Buddy Christ, man.
Right.
I think there's some great stuff to the movie. I don't know if it holds up necessarily, but I do want to talk Clerks 3. We're definitely going to see that, Dave. I'm really excited about that. But, oh, did he really? Pizzas?
Interesting.
That's wild. But yeah, Shyamalan is very... He's an interesting guy. Mm-hmm. I think he still has some good stuff left in him. I'm not going to write anybody off. He's not like a fucking what's their names? Like those directors that they'll just take whatever. They're studio directors. They're just going to take whatever job and direct it how the studio wants them to direct it and fuck off into the abyss. Fine. I think he has a vision. It's just not a good one sometimes.
Yeah, it's not a good one. Adam, thank you for the follow.
Thanks for the follow.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
definitely join us next week. You actually caught the tail end of our show here. Although we're Sunday, we're doing movie night, right?
Yes, we're back with a public domain movie night. I think I might put up a poll on the Discord. Yeah, because we have a few options for movies we're gonna watch. Last week, rather 2 weeks ago, we watched a little movie called Teenagers from Outer Space. It was fucking bonkers. We're gonna do that again this Sunday. But next week we are going to be talking about the latest Halloween trilogy. Halloween 2018 through. Oh my gosh, I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I'm sure we'll
That's
get
a
there.
great movie.
Oh, we've seen that together.
Oh, we have seen that together.
Yeah, you made me watch that. I remember vividly watching on your couch going, "Oh my god, why am I friends with him?"
Now you're doing this shit. Sucks to suck, bitch. Oh man, I know. I gotta figure out the rights to Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but we're gonna watch some bonkers shit here.
Yes, we are.
Sunday, either way. So join us then. If not, we're always chatting in the Discord and around here. We have a podcast that comes out on your favorite podcast platforms. What do we talk about this week, Dave?
This week, I forget. It's we're in our spooky month, and it's what is
Supernatural horror, Dave.
Supernatural horror. That's right.
We talked about It Follows from 2015 versus the original Evil Dead from 1981. And yes, I would. God, that scene is so fucking good. Adam, you're making me really want to rewatch Clerks 2 now.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to watch that. But Max, he made a cameo. He's our tiebreaker in this episode. Not to give away too much, but yeah. And then next week after our movie stream on Sunday, we are doing what is next week? Ghost? Is that Ghost horror films?
Nope. We are
Which one is it?
We're doing alien stuff. We're doing
We're
doing Annihilation 2018 versus the original The Thing.
Yes.
So,
I forgot.
You know what, guys? Actually, I think we talked about this last week too. We can only stream certain kinds of movies here on Twitch, but if you join our Discord, I think we can just stream whatever the fuck we want to our Discord. And
I think so. Yeah.
So we might do that and stream something more current, like making Dave watch Scream 2.
No, God. Oh God, no.
Yes. Oh, geez. It's gonna be great, dude. It's gonna be great. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us this week. Yeah, stop by Sunday night. Jesus, and next Wednesday we'll talk about more stuff. Oh, dude, we should watch The Gate. Okay, Adam.
Okay, listen, Adam, you're killing me, man. Blake is gonna keep getting distracted here.
All right, I'm gonna die if you chatting.
Listen,
I love you. You
Adam, give us all. We want all of your suggestions in our Discord so that I can go to bed because I have to be up at 5:30 in the morning.
So fucking ADHD. I could be on here forever talking shit. But seriously, thank you guys. You have all been here listening to us talk like assholes, and we appreciate it. So we shall catch you next week. We'll catch you actually on Sunday. We'll let you know. Join the Discord. We'll tell you what movies we're watching, and it's gonna be great. Sorry, Dave. We're keeping you up past your bedtime, buddy.
Oh, thank you guys so much, and we will see you hopefully Sunday, if not next Wednesday.
It's true.
Check out the next episode next Monday.